Sports Bros. How's it going, man?
Good. How you been?
Voss, Spiros, I have not seen you in
It's been a minute.
a week and a half.
You had a rock concert to go to, and then
Oh man, did I have a rock concert?
yeah, you were playing in a band.
Oh my gosh, that's right. We had an event in Sholo. I used to play in a band.
Yeah.
I no longer.
You're no longer playing with them. You left them high and dry.
Well, no, it's more that I'm a busy guy,
Yeah.
and
Grew up. It's okay.
yeah, 40-something-year-old guy bouncing around on stage, ain't exactly,
Yeah. No.
So.
That's good though.
But what's new with you?
Just living the dream, getting ready for open enrollment this.
Oh,
yeah.
Open enrollment. That's a good topic to discuss today, I think.
It is. Yeah.
So let's introduce ourselves.
Okay. Go first.
Okay. My name is Casey Kendall. I own and operate Prosperity North Advisors in Gilbert, Arizona. We specialize in working in the senior community on property and casualty insurance, which is your general liability, professional liability, anything having to do with assisted living, placement, caregiving, anything in the senior community, as well as any other type of insurance needs that you may have. And we are located here in the 1010 Studios in Gilbert, Arizona.
Yeah. 1010 Studios.
Please, Voss, introduce yourself.
Voss Spiros, Arizona Medicare and Insurance Solutions. Also with Red Mountain Funeral Home. My wife and I, Diana Spiros, Red Mountain Funeral Home. We help people with Medicare insurance. So when they're transitioning to assisted living, doing Medicare reviews to make sure they have the right plans in place and to meet with the new providers. We also do funeral insurance.
Nice.
Yes, planning your funeral arrangements, getting those in place, and then putting it into an insurance policy, locking in today's cost for the future.
What we've talked about funeral insurance before, but what does your funeral look like?
My funeral?
Yeah.
Oh, for me personally?
Yeah, did I put you on the spot?
No, I love talking about my funeral. So I'm Greek Orthodox.
Okay,
We have to bury,
Okay.
but I personally want a Viking funeral.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, so is that like where you're out in a boat and bow and arrows?
Yes. So in Massachusetts,
Yeah.
it's allowed that you can, and maybe in some other states, but I know back there you can pack the boat full of straw and lay me down in it and push it out into the water and have a guy with a flaming bow and arrow pull one of these, and I just burn up and go in the sea.
That's awesome.
That does sound awesome.
Do you have to put like the coins on your eyes to pay the boatman?
For the boatman. Yeah,
Man,
absolutely.
That's the way to go.
Right?
To Valhalla.
Right. You know what? I have it all written down, ready to go. But hopefully my daughter's okay with it at the time, and it's not like, Dad, no, don't go.
My wife says that we're gonna get cremated, and then she wants our ashes merged together.
Yeah.
But I actually always protest that. I say once I'm dead, I'm free to date. So.
Right. Well, I mean, merged together in the end. Yeah.
When when you find me, I'll be standing in line to meet Marilyn Monroe.
So that's the disposition, right? The cremation is the final disposition. The boat on fire is the final disposition. Ahead of time, I want to have a big bash.
Sure.
Where I'm just in the boat or like standing up in the front holding a couple of beers, wires holding me together. Just having a good time and music coming out of the back.
Oh, okay.
All up in some, some jeans and a shirt.
Yeah, just chilling.
Leaning up against the wall, fill my boots up with sand. And I just want to be at the party and then have a send-off.
Huh.
So it's like you have to have like a viewing or some kind of gathering ahead of time before you do that so everyone can say goodbye. But that way I'll just, put my hand out. Everyone come shake my hand, say goodbye.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. So
Go out with a.
in the Greek Orthodox, you have to be buried like within a certain amount of days.
Well, so if I go traditional,
Yeah.
then we do an open casket in the in the funeral home the night before. So it's a wake. Everyone comes in
Sure.
and says goodbye. Then we do a funeral service at the church, open casket, and then they do a funeral service. Like the priest comes out and does his, mass and everything, and then we go to the cemetery, and we do a service at the cemetery,
Yeah.
and then we bury, and then everyone gets to go back to, the Great Hall at my Church Holy Trinity, and have a luncheon.
Oh, okay.
Right. Yeah.
You get hammered up.
Everyone gets, yeah. Well, I mean, they serve fish and stuff. I don't know that, but
What about,
maybe
What about like smashing plates? When's that happen? Is that more of a celebrative,
that's dancing, celebrating, more like a wedding.
like Greek mosh pits?
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
They got stacks of plates, and everyone's just breaking plates while they're dancing and throwing $1 bills on people. It's almost like a half strip club, half mosh pit.
Wow.
It's just a great time. So I mean, that would be better at my wake, than everyone all sad and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you know what? Let's break some plates, get the Greek band up there running, and play some music and just have a party.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I want everyone to be super sad.
Everyone's super sad.
No. Be happy.
Yeah.
Be happy.
I've heard I've heard some weird arrangements.
I bet.
Yeah.
I bet. Like stuff my dog in there with me.
You know what people do? Well, not like. Well, actually, someone had a stuffed dog that went in
With them.
I've seen it. A stuffed dog went into the casket with them.
Wow.
I'm like, wow, right? Yeah.
There was a guy recently who he wanted his dogs to be euthanized at his death.
Oh my gosh, that's horrible.
And he actually so I don't know. It didn't happen. But he
Okay.
was like a famous guy. I think he was British or something.
Oh,
Somebody will have to find that. But
fact check that one.
yeah, fact check that one for sure.
I know there's a lot of fact checkers these days.
Yes,
so.
there are. Everyone knows everything except me.
Right.
So let's talk about, you mentioned something. Let's talk about open enrollment.
Open enrollment's coming
so you
up.
got Medicare, open enrollment. I
Yes.
don't, I'm a licensed insurance agent, but I don't know anything about Medicare. So talk to me about what open enrollment does, means, and what the next few months look like for you. And then what it looks like from the client end.
Yeah. So what it means to me is a busy season. So open enrollment, Medicare open enrollment is from October 15th to December 7th.
Okay.
So a lot of people wait till December 6th to do this, but
Sure.
please don't wait till the 6th to do this. So in
like December 7th at like
No joke.
4:45 p.m.
No joke, every year, December 7th, I'm writing like 10 policies, changing people
dang.
over until midnight. I'm like, just stop. And
I
eventually
can't.
you're like, you know what? It's cut off. You're done. You missed it. I'm sorry.
You missed it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like,
go ahead.
So October 1st, Medicare open enrollment kind of takes effect. So
Okay.
we can't talk about new benefits until October 1st, but from October 1st to October 15th, we can talk about the new benefits coming out, but we can't change anybody's plans until the 15th. So the 1st through the 15th, the first 15 days of October is going to be riddled with events and talking about the new plan benefits.
So is that for new people?
For the public, for the beneficiaries, anybody who's on Medicare.
So anybody who has either recently turned 65 or will turn 65 before the end of the year?
Well, if you turn to 65 before the end of the year, you're not in open enrollment. You're in your initial enrollment period. You have 7 months to pick at that point.
Got it.
But anybody who's on Medicare currently gets to change their plan in October.
Because you can't
October,
change
November.
your plan if it's not open enrollment.
Well, you can if there's a special election period during the year. but there has to be some reason why to change
Okay.
your plan.
Okay, fair enough. Like a life event.
Right. So the majority of people get to change their plan at the end of the year.
Okay, fair enough.
And on October 15th, we can start accepting applications. From the 1st to the 15th, people can fill out applications, so we can't really accept them until the 15th. And there's going to just be a lot of education. So this year, there's a lot of changes in all the plans because of the drug benefit changed. So that's pretty much out.
But that's huge, and that's good.
Right, yeah. So there's no more donut hole. There's no more donut hole.
I like donut holes.
Right? I mean, who doesn't like donut holes? I like those little chocolate ones.
Yeah, I like the glazed ones.
Yeah, Dunkin' Donuts. Yeah. But so this year, like the way the drug plans are working right now is you have your deductible, your initial up to 5,000, your deductible up to 500, and then your initial cost of insurance up to 5,000 once you pay that, and then you go in the donut hole from 5,000 to 8,000 in co-payments, and when you hit, and at that point you're paying 25% of the cost.
Wow.
And then you hit catastrophic at 8,000, and then there's no cost for drugs. So this next year in 25, it's changing to a $2,000 maximum. So instead of 8,000, it's 2,000.
Oh, that's cool.
Right. So they dropped it huge.
Yeah.
And it's the true out-of-pocket cost. So the true out-of-pocket, the true cost of the drug from 0 to 5,000 is what you pay in co-payments and what the company pays in their portion up to 5,000. So it usually goes pretty quick. So this is the same setup. So it's what your copayment is plus what the company pays up to 2,000.
Oh, wow.
And when you hit that mark, there's no more costs for drugs past that.
I feel like with some certain drugs, you might even hit that within the first 30, 45 days.
Oh, yeah. A lot of people will just hit it with the first month.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially, you're talking insulin or...
And the nice thing about this year is they're putting them on a payment plan. So if you go to the doctor or the pharmacy on January and your drugs cost more than $600, they'll average it up, the total cost of how much you would pay and how many months it would take, and then they would split that up over 12 months, and you'd go on just a payment plan every month.
Do medical bills follow the individual or the individual's estate after death?
No.
No, they don't.
I mean, they can come after you if they want, but it follows the person that passed.
Okay.
So the person that passed can't pay bills anymore,
Sure.
so the estate doesn't really pay bills.
Got it.
Right?
Okay.
So they just write that off.
I just randomly...
No, that's a good
thought of
question.
that,
Yeah, it comes
know.
up. So then since the drugs are costing so much less, the insurance carrier is picking up the difference after the 2,000. So since they have to come out of pocket, because you're still taking drugs,
Sure.
there's just a max amount of pocket of 2,000 now. So that means they're picking up a portion of the total cost of the drugs, even though you're not paying for it.
Is there like a... and please just excuse my ignorance on this. Is there like a FSA or HSA that you can contribute to help with those costs, or like pre-tax dollars or anything like that?
Create your own. There's no MSAs for that.
Okay.
No.
So you're all out of pocket with whatever dollars you've got.
For your co-payments.
Yes.
Yeah. So then the plan, well, yes. You're out of pocket. So if you're on an Advantage plan, you're paying co-payments for service.
Got it.
The co-payments for services are going to go up on some services and some plans and some companies, just to offset the cost of the drugs.
Wow.
So yes, you will have to come out of pocket for some of those, but they do have not an MSA plan, but you can get like indemnity plan. It's an insurance plan where it'll pay the deductible in a sense of regular insurance. But on the Medicare Advantage side, if you have a $400 hospital bill, $400 a day hospital bill for 7 days, You can trigger your indemnity plan, and it'll pay that.
Oh, nice.
Right. So you can, trigger your indemnity plan if you need it to do it, and you pay, I don't know, $40, $50 a month for this extra insurance plan. Is it, it's,
So let's go back here.
let's go back.
So what are the most important things someone should know when they are in open enrollment beyond don't wait until December 7th?
Don't wait till December 7th. That is the most important thing to know. Just, you don't have to be the first out of the gate in the, mid to late October is fine. Early November, start looking into things. But what you need to do is you need to sit down with an agent. This year, everyone pretty much needs to.
Yeah.
Just because every plan has changed. The plan that everybody's on right now is getting a change. Some plans are going away. Some plans are going away completely. Some plans are going away, and the insurance carriers are moving those clients to a new plan. So we got to sit down and review the new plan and make sure it's going to work for you, your situation. The ones that are going away completely, we need to sit down and move you to a whole new plan. But every plan across the board is making a change, a big change this year. Co-payments are going up in some situations. Other benefits are dropping. Some carriers that had a big dental benefit are losing the whole dental benefit.
Wow.
So, yeah. So you just
when someone signs up for Medicare, and if they change their plan, or even if they just say, hey, you know what, I'm comfortable with everything moving forward, they review it with you. Are they coming out of pocket with you at the time?
No.
So they're not writing Voss a check.
I mean, you can write Voss a check. I'll take some money. But no one's writing Voss a check.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
No, we don't get paid. The insurance. So, as an insurance agent, we're contracted with insurance carriers. And when you sell an insurance product, the insurance company pays the agent selling the product.
Yeah.
The commission for Advantage plans or supplement plans is pretty much the same across the board. It varies by state because the cost of living in some states are higher than others, but it's a flat low rate. I mean, it's basically $300. So if I help you change your plan, the carrier come January 1st and your plan's still in effect, like you didn't change it again, the carrier will commissions me $300, so $150 in January, $150 in February.
Okay.
So we're not making huge tons of money here. It's more just helping people out.
So what happens if I wake up on December 8th and I'm like, gosh, I feel like there was something I should have done yesterday or the last 2 months, and you miss that deadline?
You're kind of SOL on that one. But if you're on a Medicare Advantage plan, then from January 1st to March 31st is a one-time special election period to change
Oh, that's cool.
Right. So it's kind of like the OOPS election period. It's called, Medicare Open Enrollment, and the October one is called Medicare Annual Enrollment. So it's like almost the same thing, but you get if you like your plan, you're fine, but you have 3 months to kind of test out your new plan.
Adjust it, or like if you were re-diagnosed with something,
Right.
or your
So anybody
needs have changed.
Anybody during January to March, you can change your Medicare Advantage plan at least one time.
Okay.
Only one time. You can change it one time during that election period. As it didn't work out, or something came up, or whatever. But it gives you an option to do the work to figure out what you want during open enrollment, and if you need to, you can always change it in January to March.
Huh.
So if you missed the whole thing completely, December 8th comes, oh my gosh, I totally missed it. Well, January 1st you can do it.
You can do it. Okay.
But you can only do it once. During open enrollment, October 15th through December 7th, you could literally change your plan every single day if you wanted.
But if you're
pain.
60, but don't do that.
Don't do that 'cause it's a pain.
Yeah,
and you're gonna get like a ton of cards.
that's when
in the
you
mail.
will charge them.
Yeah.
What about if somebody is in the process of turning 65?
Yeah.
Maybe they turn 65 in like February, right? So February 2025. Hey, happy birthday. Do they have to enroll? Is there a pre-enrollment period? What does that look like?
There is, if they're turning 65, they have 7 months to pick a plan.
Okay.
So their 65th birthday, they have 3 months prior to that to get on to pick a Medicare plan, their birth month, and then 3 months after to make a decision. So there's a 7-month time frame. So if they're taking Social Security already before they turn 65, then the Social Security Department will just mail them out their Medicare card, and then they can, within that first 3-month window, and they can change get on a
Do what they
Medicare
need to do.
Advantage plan or a supplement plan.
So what if I mean, we've seen recently that ages are pushing out, right? Retirement age
Yeah.
is now what, like 69 and a half or something like that.
Crazy.
People are working, not just, welcome to Walmart, but
right.
like people are working.
People are working, yeah.
My wife's grandmother worked until she was 90 something at a doctor's office. And I think that's what probably kept her going.
Right.
But can someone now, typically you've got benefits in a company setting. How does it work where somebody has employee benefits, but they're also turning 65 and have to maintain that? Is there a gap that's being filled someplace?
Yeah. Kind of, maybe, sort of.
Kind of, maybe.
So, 65 is when you can start your Medicare. You can keep working past 65. At age 65, if you've been working the whole time and you paid in to the Medicare taxes for at least 10 years, 40 quarters, then you should take your Part A Medicare benefit because there's no cost for that. So just take that at 65, and then you can keep working and using your company insurance or your spouse's company insurance. And then at the time of retirement, then you can take your Medicare Part B, and then the two of them together create the whole Medicare package.
Got it.
And then you pick a plan. So at that point, when you do retire or want to take your Part B later in life, you have a 63-day election period window to pick a plan because Medicare is an 80-20. Yeah, you have to cover your 20%. You can get a Medicare supplement or a Medicare Advantage, and since you waited, now you only have 2 months to get it.
Wow.
But you're retiring, so
yeah.
The retirement age 69 and a half, I don't know, but 66 and 10 months is full retirement, to where you can work full time and collect your Social Security and not get penalized.
Wow.
So like if you pull Social Security now at 62, you can't earn more than like 18 to 20,000 a year.
Yeah.
Because if you earn more, then you got to pay your Social Security back. So every $2 you earn, you have to pay $1 over the mark. You have to pay $1 of Social Security back.
I remember my in-laws going through that, and that when one of them turned 62, it was like, okay, do we take it now? Social Security,
Right.
Do we take it now? Or they'll give us XYZ more for almost, I think it was like almost every year. Like you could take it at like 64.
Right. It does go up every year. You leave it in their account. And then, so I mean, you can take it early because you'll probably make more in the long run.
Yeah.
Because you've been taking it more, but you're going to get a smaller check. And if you wait later till 70, you're going to get a higher check, but you're not going to take as much because you're not going to live as long.
Yeah.
But so you kind of got to determine that if you're going to be working full time. If you're only working part time, take it now. But I have a lot of clients that get on Medicare and then keep working because the Medicare is cheaper than their current insurance.
Wow.
It is a lot cheaper than your current, our
Sure.
current insurance. But
Sure.
but at 60, 67, then they start pulling their Social Security, and they work for another 3 years, and you're getting paid for those 3 years, but you're taking your full Social Security
Till like 79?
to like 70,
Oh, okay.
right? And you just take that Social Security money and you put it in your retirement accounts and just let it grow.
Yeah.
Because you don't need it because you're working,
Right.
so that's 3 years of whatever your Social
Just
Security
banking.
is. Just banking it up.
Just snapping necks and cashing checks.
That's right. Yeah. Just, woo.
You got any events coming up this week?
This week, yes. Senior Healthcare Solutions event out in Peoria.
Fun.
Golden Age Assisted Livings out at Gabriella's place. So looking forward to that.
Nice.
From 3 to 5 this Thursday. And then we're going to have events going on around town during open enrollment.
Okay.
That's for sure. Yeah, I got one at a...
How long is the open enrollment process for an individual? So a person shows up, Voss, I need to enroll. How long should that take?
On average, a few hours, I would say, if you did it all at once.
Got it.
So if they showed up at the office and we started going through things, we gather all their doctor's information, all their prescription drug information, and then we cross-check the plans for 25 against those and then see if they need dental, vision, or hearing, some extra things on top of that. And it's just going through the plans and making, getting their information. So basically, It's like if they walk in and they have a sheet of all their doctors and prescription drugs, it's not going to take that long once we get it in the system. Our system is nice these days, and it just kind of runs the data and pulls up the plans, the top plans available to them, that have the most coverage of the doctors, the least expensive coverage of the drugs. And
is it really checking like drug interactions, or is it more checking like, is there a generic, less expensive version of this drug?
It checks whatever drug you put in there, but as you're adding it in, it does pull up, would you like the generic or the brand drug?
Got it.
So then I talk to the client, I'm like, do you take the generic or do you take the brand? And, then we enter in whichever one they take, and then it pulls up that. So really though, whatever drugs you're going to take for 2025, it's not a huge deal anymore because your max is $2,000. You're really only going to pay like $1,000 in drugs over the course of the year.
That's awesome.
Don't even worry about that. And ride this one out as long as possible. But yeah, it's going to be doctors and stuff. So if we meet people out at events, we get information, and then we go to their home and kind of run through all that. So it takes about an hour to 2 hours to really go through everything and present the plans that
so they
best
understand it.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So we do Voss, Arizona Medicare. We do have about 10 agents in the field now.
Nice.
So if anybody needs, one of us to come out and review plans for residents or friends or family, let us know. And we're all over the valley. We have people in, west side, east side.
Very cool.
Up north. We got people that go to Prescott and Casa Grande and Tucson. Whatever's needed, let us know, and we'll be there.
That's great. Voss, I learned a lot this morning.
Yeah.
I appreciate you sharing everything. Do you have any final thoughts?
Final thoughts? Nope.
Don't wait until December 7th.
Don't wait until December 7th. I'm closing the door at 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, man. Anything else? Anything going on with you?
Nope. I'm good to go.
Yeah?
I'm good to go. Yeah.
All right, buddy.
Just plugging away. I appreciate it.
Nice.
My name is Casey Kendall, Prosperity North Advisors.
Voss Spiros, Arizona Medicare.
Thanks, guys.
We'll see you later.